Hey, welcome back to the channel. I just got back from Harvey Norman, which is somewhere where I go to do some 6x4 photo prints. And as you may know, if you watch my other channel, Pushing Film, I am a person who does a lot of street photography and I enjoy printing my photos for selling online or making zines or putting up on the wall, which I need to do in this new place still. And I'm currently working on a photo book. So the prints I just did today were my proof prints for this little series I'm working on, which is a black and white street photography series that I've shot in various countries overseas over the course of the last 4, 5, 6 years or even more with some of the photos. But yeah, that's just something fun that I have been enjoying working on as a side project for years now. So having gotten back on the horse with this series that I've been putting off for a while now, it just got me thinking about the benefits of street photography. And I thought it would make for a good, just a candid chat about the topic of benefits of street photography besides the actual production of photos. And I think there are significant health benefits, both in the physical sense and in mental health aspects, when it comes to going out and doing street photography. So I just thought of this over the last day or so and wrote down some points that I thought I would share with you in case you're someone who's been thinking of getting into street photography or if you already do it, and just kind of sharing why I enjoy it as a therapy of sorts that I derive a fair amount of benefit from because I've been shooting for at least 10 years now. So, yeah. The first one that I noted down was that it causes you to go outside and engage with the world. And that's something that a lot of us aren't doing enough of these days with what I think is an epidemic of device usage, of being on our phones and social media, and also a fair bit of social isolation that has probably increased over these last years, whether it's due to the pandemic or just in turn of what I was mentioning about device usage and the changing nature of how we live our lives. So, engaging in street photography is a great way to put yourself out there in the world and just walk the streets, observe what's going on, be outside, whether it's literally busy streets or just quiet streets in your neighborhood or in the park. There's a bit of variability in what people define as street photography. Either way, it's getting you to go outside to engage with the world and not be isolated to interacting only or mainly through the internet and devices. The next one is the obvious health benefit is that there's a physical benefit to it of just going out and walking. For me, street photography tends to result in me walking for at least, kilometers or what ends up being, let's say you're looking for 10,000 steps or something typical like that per day. I can easily achieve that just by going out and doing a session of street photography. So that physical exercise that comes up as a result of having a street photography hobby is a bonus of sorts. And it makes it so that even if I go out to shoot street and I don't get any photos, at least I have gotten out and done a fair bit of walking. I might have walked for an hour, 2 hours, or maybe if I only walked for half an hour and gave up, that's still pretty good. It's a bit of an antidote to the increasingly sedentary lifestyle that many of us are living and an excuse to get out there and walk. The third thing I noted down was the creative practice benefits of taking up a street photography hobby. So it allows you to exercise your power of observation when you're out there on the street. So your ability to compose scenes in a visual sense and also to notice things that are happening out in life on the streets and be able to predict things before they happen. Because if you're not out there, you're not getting that practice. And it gives you the foresight and ability to predict situations, whether it's only for the benefit of your street photography or if you benefit from that in some other ways, or maybe you're an event photographer or something like that, where there might be some trickle effects of increasing that power of observation. And the next and last thing I noted down that I thought I would share with you is the travel and discovery bonuses of having a street photography hobby, and that means that whether your street photography is driving you to get out and travel to new places, and it doesn't necessarily need to be new countries or different countries from where you live, it could just force you to go to different neighborhoods than where you would normally go, or to make that trip out to the city, or to a new place in town or something like that, or even if it's just to a different city in your country. And there's a compound bonus there that you might travel and then also get to do street photography, or because of your street photography, it causes you to travel. And the discovery that results as a part of travel isn't just witnessing new places, but it's also meeting people, right? So through my street photography, I've made new friends, whether it's on the streets of Melbourne, and I've bumped into some of the regular street photographers that frequent the streets of Melbourne and have seen them repeatedly. We end up hanging out, we end up going for dinner after shooting, or we meet up randomly on other occasions when we're shooting street. It's a great thing to actually go out there and meet people in real life, or you might meet other non-photographers through taking up this hobby. So for example, I've had conversations with people all over the world while out there doing street photography, whether it's some street vendor in some country overseas where I've had a chat, or someone who was a fellow traveler in that country that I stopped and asked for a portrait. Heaps and heaps of conversations that I will remember forever that I've had randomly by being out there on the streets, talking to locals or other travelers or whoever it might be. And again, with the locational sense of the thing, you, through street photography, tend to explore different places, go to different suburbs and towns and cities, or walk down that alley that you wouldn't normally walk down because you saw something interesting. So yeah, that's just a quick one that I wanted to share with you today and talk about the benefits of street photography beyond just the actual production of the work, whether you're actually intending to just share it online or sell it. There are these mental and physical health benefits that I think it's good to reflect on, because like I said, oftentimes I go out and don't get any good shots. In fact, it's more than you would think. Just end up walking around and maybe taking a few shots or a whole roll of film that ends up being rubbish. But if I reflect on these other benefits that come as a part of this bundle that you get in street photography, then I feel a sense of gratitude even if I don't get any shots. And that's what keeps me going out without necessarily expecting to get good shots every time. So that's pretty much it. I won't rant on any longer. Hope you enjoyed this little chat. Thanks for tuning into the channel, and I'll see you next time.